Developing story tonight. Governor Snyder has announced he's granting 61 pardons and commutations as he leaves office. One of those people who received a pardon, Dr. Lucas Neese. You may remember he's the Kalamazoo doctor who was picked up by ICE after being in the U.S. for the past 4 decades. He was facing the possibility of deportation because of minor crimes committed when he was a teen. Barton Dieters is here with this story. He's been following from the beginning to tell us about this latest development. Barton.
All right, Marley, the story of Dr. Neese went international as an example of how immigration matters are handled in the United States. But all this 10-year resident at Bronson Hospital and father really cared about was being able to stay in the country he's called home for 40 years.
When I talked to Neese in February, he had just been released from a jail cell where he was held on an immigration detainer after being arrested as he took his daughter to the school bus near his home in a suburb of Kalamazoo.
I honestly thought it was still not real even when I got there for a little bit, and then when I got booked all the way through, that's when it sunk in. And that's when I kind of freaked out a little.
I asked him what it was like to be a symbol of opposition to America's immigration policies.
I wish I wasn't.
We were there for his detention hearing in Detroit in February when an immigration judge in a bizarre hearing allowed him to go free on a $10,000 bond. ICE officials said Neese was on their radar because of child abuse allegations by his estranged wife that were later dismissed. Then they said it was because of cases of destruction of property, receiving and concealing stolen property, and illegal use of an ATM card, all of which occurred when he was 17. Neese's convictions were set aside under a typical deal for youthful offenders, but ICE doesn't recognize those deals and continued to threaten the doctor with deportation to Poland, a country he left forever at the age of 5. Neese went before the state parole board in July asking for a recommendation to the governor for a pardon, and today that pardon was quietly and unceremoniously announced along with 60 others as one of Snyder's last acts as governor.
Now, we reached out to Neese, but he was not available. He has told me in the past that should he get the chance, he will become a U.S. citizen, something he wishes now he would have done a long time ago. In studio control, Barton Dieters, 24 Hour News 8.